What's up, class? It's me, CJ. This is probably kind of weird again because I'm sitting somewhere in the classroom watching this, and we've probably watched a bunch of these already, so I'll try and keep it simple and sweet for y'all so we can just move on and get to summer. I needed to come up with 10 things that we needed to talk about today that I felt will really stick with me or that I learned in class. And for me, as I was working through the list, I really found that it kind of broke down into like tangible things, like things we did in class that I learned that will be good skills to have forward, and then kind of intangible things, more situational or hypothetical even, that I felt like I will also carry with me through the rest of my career. So let's start with those tangible things. The first one is just social media. I was on the Instagram team. Instagram was something I was familiar with before, but fortunately, just through research and through the class lessons and through the experiences we had together on the team, I was able to learn and deepen my knowledge of Instagram specifically. Other social media platforms we also learned a ton about, just through the videos and that sort of thing. And so social media in general is something that's just so huge in internet marketing. And so to get a better understanding of all of those platforms was really, really valuable. The second, maybe most valuable skill I learned that I had no knowledge of before was SEO. Yoast SEO is super, super easy on WordPress, that's the name. And, I feel like SEO goes a lot deeper than that. But I know enough, I know the basics of SEO now that I could go and find information, and I have the ability to ask the right questions, where before I just didn't know anything about it. And also, I forget his name, but that guest speaker we had come in that one day who talked to us about SEO gave a lot of helpful information. The SEO article I wrote on the blog is also super, super cool, and maybe my favorite article that we did this class. And that kind of ties right in with the overall website building in general. Using WordPress was something I really hadn't done on any level before, and so becoming familiar with WordPress in this way was really helpful. And I honestly feel like having so much going on, having all of us on one WordPress site, and all of us had our own pages, and just kind of all of this kind of crazy stuff going on at one time, was a valuable experience for me, because now when I go in and I make a simpler website, for my online portfolio or something like that, it'll feel easier than it really even is, because I've dealt with a really kind of complicated, deep website before. And when we're talking about websites, talking about SEO, we cannot not talk about Google AdWords and Google My Business. Those two things are huge, and that is honestly probably the most valuable skill I've gotten out of the class. I went on and took the extra AdWords test. I thought I got certified, which is really cool. But either way, just knowing more about that and having that kind of skill set is super valuable. Google AdWords seems super easy. It seems like something anybody can do. And so that's something I really look forward to actually trying and actually executing on into the future. Now, if we move away from the less tangible skills and the more kind of intangible skills, we start talking about working with others. For me, the Instagram team are all really, really awesome, talented people, and we definitely early on struggled to find our niche and like where we were going to go and how everything fit in together. And communicating through that and working through that is a really valuable experience, I feel like. For me, it's less about the content and less about the actual things that got put up, and more about learning how to work with people and juggle different personalities and different goals and objectives. And so I feel like that's an incredibly valuable skill, just working in a team, because that's something I'm probably going to be doing for the rest of my career. Going right with that is communication. How to communicate in person, how to communicate on Slack or on a digital platform, how to bring people together to make sure certain things get done. I remember Cora and I had several different like Skype calls with Lance trying to work different things out, and those experiences of just going through that and figuring those little things out, like shoot, you got to make sure you have good Wi-Fi so you can get on your Skype call so everything's clear and everybody can understand each other, things like that. I'll just have those in the back of my head now moving forward, and I won't have to make those mistakes the first time, in a professional environment or something like that. Let's see what I got here. I've got a note, but I can't read it. Oh, yeah. Once again, content creation, just learning more about content creation and creating videos like the one we're seeing now, and doing the t-shirts and different things like that is a super valuable experience. It definitely forced me to branch out a little bit. I like to take pictures and do things like that, but videos haven't been something I've done a ton in the past, and so just diving deeper into that sort of area and becoming more familiar with that is going to benefit me moving forward. And throughout the whole class, the class as a whole, I found this incredible balancing act between all of this stuff. It's just really difficult. This is my last term, and so this last week I had my capstone paper due. I worked all weekend. I had Karen's presentation the weekend before. This final was due. I had my capstone presentation Monday. And so just finding a way to juggle all those things and put all those things into a schedule and make sure that I can get everything done to the best that I can is a really valuable skill. And even though I failed in some regards, moving forward, I can look back and say, hey, shoot, I needed to, it seems crazy, but I needed to do that assignment like a month early. And I should have been able to look forward and say, hey, you're going to have your capstone stuff due then, and you're going to need a lot of extra time there to work on that. And so you should have gotten this other stuff done, speaking to myself. And so once again, just making those mistakes now in a classroom environment, with a professor who's forgiving and understanding with classmates who are supportive and helpful, is going to really benefit me down the line. And the last piece to everything is, just trying to have fun with everything, especially in school. This was my last term, and so I really wanted to try and have some fun and meet new people and do some cool stuff. And so I'm thankful that I've made some good friends in this class. Max is a good friend of mine. Lance is a good friend of mine. I think Cora's awesome. Cora's going to be really, really, really great moving forward, and many others of you. It's very exciting to just be around such a great group of people and trying to have fun and do new things in internet marketing. I have no idea how long this video is, but I'm going to turn it in no matter what. Thanks again for everything, Karen. I'm sure we all can say we appreciate the hard work that you've done and really taking risk in doing a very different sort of class that none of us have done before. Thanks again. Congrats to everybody who made it. We'll see you later.